Hey y'all, hey, what's going on? Welcome in. Tap the screen, share the live. Tap the screen, share the live. Tap the screen, share the live. Oh, maybe better this way. Hey, y'all see I got my camera fixed? We're in business, okay? We in business today. How's everybody doing? Hey, Chaps. Hey, Curtis. What's going on? Let's see. Hey, Bonus Brown. I like Bonus. That's very unique. It's the first time I've ever seen that word, that name. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. It's still, I think it's morning still on the West Coast, right? It's still morning for them. So I'm going to say good day. I think I'm gonna say good day. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Okay, y'all know the drill. Everybody drop a comment, and then after you drop a comment, do a share. Okay, that's what we want to get started with. Let's see. Let me look on my next thing. Hold on, y'all. On the gram, I should be able to see your comments in the back end. Okay, so I can see comments today on the gram in the back end. Y'all just keep in mind on the gram, y'all have a bigger delay. It's like a 15-second delay for everybody over there. And please remember, I'm a simulcaster. So that means I'm looking at multiple screens at one time. So you may, if you put your comment in, especially if it's like a question or something, you may have to copy and paste it a few times so I can catch it just because I'm going back and forth between multiple screens. Hey, trauma unit, what's going on? Okay, so we're going to continue our discussion today on how we're actually going to increase our views and how we're going to build our audiences out here in these social media streets. I do need you guys to do a favor for me. Can everybody actually give me housekeeping, so I can test my delay? Let me see what I have going on out here in these streets pertaining to it. Hey, Charla. Thank you so much for my heart me and for my popular votes. Very, very much. Hey, Diva Perspective. Thank you so much for the heart me, my dear. I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you for everyone that's giving me the housekeeping. Okay, so number one, for those of you that don't know, we have a 3-day workshop coming up at the end of February. This is a content creation workshop. It is designed to help you guys create your marketing models for quarter 1 and quarter 2. It also is designed to help you come up with a month's worth of content. Like when you leave, you should have that. We're also going to show you how to start the process of branding, aesthetics, how to be able to repurpose your content. And we're going to do your first series. Okay. So if you're interested in coming to that workshop, make sure you go check my Oh, tap in there, and you'll see a purple button. It'll say 3-day, and you can register. Okay. Early bird pricing is today and tomorrow and Saturday. After Saturday, there's going to be an extra $1,000 added to the price. So if you know you want to come to the workshop, go ahead and sign up. And we have in-house flex pay. We have buy now, pay later, all that good stuff. Okay. Second thing that we need to be working on out here in these streets that you need to be aware of, I have an 8-week sales boot camp that is coming up. We start Tuesday. There's one spot left in the boot camp. If you want to join that, you can slide in my DM, or you can just go to my and you can register, okay, and take the spot. If you have questions, be sure to say, hey, I'm interested in the sales boot camp, and you can ask whatever question you want to ask inside of the DMs, okay? Next piece of housekeeping that we need to know about. If any of you guys are trying to get, a lot of y'all have been asking me about like the tools that I'm using to be able to make money online. When you go look at my tree, you'll be able to tap in and see the information there as well. Where's my stylist? Where is my stylist? Get that out of here. Hey, LC Chats, what's going on? That is that. And I think that's all of the housekeeping. So those are your notes. Please govern yourselves accordingly. Okay. Right now, I only see 3 shares. If we can get everybody to share, or you can copy the link as if you're going to share, that would be very helpful right now to me. For those of you that don't know, my page did get banned. It was taken away from me. And so whenever you come back after a banana, your notifications do not go out. Okay. So help your girl out. Hey, Queen Niche, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that very, very much. All right. Next thing next. Who was here last night? Because I did pop on last night, but I got on. We went back old school. We were late night business last night. So I started the process of talking to you guys about what you're going to be able to do to start increasing your views overnight. So today is basically part 2. So if you were here last night, give me the number 1. If you were not here, give me the number 2. I'm trying to figure out if we need to do a recap or not. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Y'all know the drill. Tap that screen, get our likes. Okay, get our likes going on. Tap the screen and get the likes going on. All right. Hey, Lynette. What's going on? Hey, Nubian. Hey, Danny. Okay. Let me see what's going on over here in Instagram world. Also, can I get a hey, God, hey, because that's who gave me the gifts of business, beautification, and hospitality. I've been able to use them to make a crap load of money for myself, but I'm very, very proud of the fact that I've been able to help over 900 people create 6-figure incomes. 191 of my clients have made $1 million in less than a year. And I also currently right now have 8 clients that are earning over $10 million a year. So anyway, I'm super excited about that. I love everything about business. I love helping people get paid to do things that they like to do, that they feel called to do, that they want to do. And so that's what we do over here. Okay. We get on and we talk about getting to the money. I try and teach for free at least 3 times a week, things that other people charge hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars to learn, or to teach you guys about. And the other days I just get on and do whatever I feel like doing. So you could come in alive and catch me cooking. We could be having a community conversation. We could be playing games. It's just whatever we feel like doing that night. Okay. You said you was on for about 30 minutes last night. Oh girl, you missed a lot. Okay, because we got in it. We was in it last night. Everybody give me the money bags. Money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag. And then after that, let me see the ready. Let me see that in my comments. Hey, DJ Medi already. Y'all hear that? That is so funny to me, but it sounds like when I snap with this particular ring on. I think I like it. It like makes a click instead of a snap. I think I like it. I'm not sure. I think I like it though. I think that I do. Ooh, I think I like it. Ooh, I think I like it. Thank you very much for, I don't know what that is, but love you so much. That's very cute. Thank you so much. By the way, if you guys want to send me any gifts, send me the little 2026 that's pinned up there. It's only a penny. And y'all know TikTok likes it whenever we hit our gift goals. Okay. So I did not pick an expensive gift goal. It's literally a penny. Okay. I'm sure all of us can work together to help me hit the goal. Let's see. Thank you so much, Trauma Unit. I appreciate it. Okay. So quick recap. Last night we talked about content that makes you money. Okay. That's all we're talking about this week. I also let you guys know that I'm starting a brand new page. So I'll be putting my first post on that page today. I actually will start when I get off of here. Okay. And so we started speaking about retention, because retention is one of the things that's going to help you make money out here in these social media streets. Okay. If you get good retention, the app will send more people to your page. You also are typically going to have better engagement. You get better leads, you get better conversion. Last night, we also talked about 2 different specific types of content. Are we putting up content that wants to build followers, or are we putting up content to generate a lead? Now, you're going to be putting up both types of content every single day, but when you're making a specific post, you have to determine, what is the intention of this post? Am I trying to build a follower? Am I trying to get a sale? Am I trying to get a lead? What exactly am I trying to do right now with this post? Okay. Then from there, we talked about the components. Anybody that was here last night, do y'all remember the components of a script? when we talked about like a script that actually converts well, a script that makes money for you. Does anybody remember what the components are of a script? Tell the truth and shame the devil now. Do you remember or no? If you remember, yeah, you do. Drop it. Don't tell the baby. Don't threaten me with a good time. If you remember, let me know in the chat. If you do not know, be like, girl, I don't know. Okay, I'm going through a quick review before we get to the next session. And I actually spent some time this morning researching, like basically fill in the blank script structures and hooks that you guys can use at the top of your content and at the bottom of the content, so that way you're going to be able to increase the engagement. You said hook stack. So your hook stack is going to be one Charlotte Allen. It's not; those aren't two separate things. The relatability portion, that is correct. The action, also known as a message, that's correct. Call to action, that is correct. Way to go, Charlotte. Okay. You wasn't here, so you want to recap, please? Pay me. Ah, y'all don't like that. She probably was shocked. She probably was like taken aback. What? You want to recap? You want to recap? I need to get to 250 of those 2026s. Charlotte, you said you was taking notes. Charlotte, I believe you, honey, because you jetted them right on off. The only thing is your hook stack and your hook, like that's one component. Okay, we want to be utilizing the hook stacks. That's how that works. Okay, that's how that works. So don't confuse them. And then some people would do another component as far as like the close. I kind of feel like you run your close and your CTA together. I think tomorrow I want to try and break down to y'all when you're looking at your analytics and you're looking at those graphs or charts about your content with what each one means and what you need to do about it, so that way you know how to rearrange your scripts when we're thinking about the order of the content. Because remember, I told y'all like that hook and the relatability at the top, those are always going to be, those always stay in the same place, but the other pieces of the script, those can move around. Okay, let's see. I heard that, May. Okay, so we also, does everybody know about the 3 components of a hook and how they work? Yes or no? Y'all give me a yay or nay. I'm just trying to figure out what we need to go over today and what we can just keep on zooming past. Let's see. I see some yeses. Okay, I see some no's over here on the gram. Where was y'all at? Where y'all been at? I see a couple no's over in YouTube land as well. Okay. Hey, let your shirt talk. What's going on, baby doll? All right. So when we have a hook, there are 3 components of a hook. Well, 3 different types of hooks. Honestly, it's not 3 components. It's 3 different types of hook. And we want to layer our hooks, or AKA you want to stack your hooks. Anytime you can get all 3 into a piece of content, it's always going to be a winner for you. Okay. So there's verbal, visual, and written. And sometimes you hear people refer to the verbal as audio because some people do faceless content. So they're using kind of like sounds, voiceovers, stuff like that to get people to anchor in. Okay. Out of all 3 of these, your visual is going to be the easiest one to produce. Okay. When it gets to the verbal and the written, this is going to take some practice, y'all. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. And a lot of times when you're mapping out your content for the week and you're mapping out what you want that piece of content to be about, who remembers the questions that I gave y'all last night? Anybody who remembers the questions? Because I gave y'all a list of questions to ask yourself so we can figure out what that written hook and the verbal hook are going to be. The same questions get you to the same place. Charlotte said, me. Charlotte is a star student. Okay, girl, give it. Y'all take turns. Y'all give me some of the questions, and then I'll elaborate on each question. That'll be a fun way for us to play today. And plus, baby, I need y'all to work the comments. And side note, if you're not sending me a gift, you absolutely should be sending me a comment. That's the least that you can do. I need a few comments. All right. That's how that works. All right. You're not sending me a gift. God dang it, you better be sending me comments. What is the goal for the piece of content? Yes, the first question is what is the goal? A lot of people don't ask themselves this. Y'all have to start asking yourself, when I create this piece of content today, am I trying to make a sale? Am I trying to get a DM? Do I want someone to follow me? Am I trying to get a save? What is the actual goal of this piece of content that I am posting? Okay. And the reason I'm saying content, it could be a video, it could be a photo, it could be a carousel, it could be a multitude of different things. It doesn't have to be the same thing. Okay. Lynette, thank you for my little finger hearts. Thank you, baby doll. Okay. This is absolutely positively 100% true. A lot of y'all are ramming. That is random acts of marketing. Let your shirt talk. Thank you so much for sharing the live. Okay, we don't want to do random acts of marketing. We want to be very intentional with what we're putting out. And you want to make sure that you're putting out a piece of content every day that is designed to bring you followers. And then we want to be putting out a piece of content every day that is designed to help make you money. Hey, Dr. Derica, what's going on, my love? Thank you for my gifts. Does that make sense? Everybody picking up what I'm putting down. What is the next question that I told you guys to ask? This is in pertaining to you guys being able to create a strong written hook and a strong verbal hook. What's the next one? What's the next question? These are easy questions, but people are not thinking about it, and this is why they're struggling. Okay, when it's coming to a hook. Charlotte said, don't let me answer all by myself. Hey, KT, what's going on, honey pie? What's going on today? How are you? Yes, don't let Charlotte answer all by herself. Charlotte, you may be the only person that knows. I don't know. Yes, the next question. What am I sharing, or what is the value point in this particular video? Queen Niche, thank you for my 2026s. Trauma Unit, thank you for my 2026s. Thank you very much. Yes. What's the primary, like, what am I sharing? Because when you write, and y'all, this does not need to be complex. This needs to be as simple as possible. We need to get to the core of what am I sharing? And you need to write it down and you need to look at it. Okay. Now, the more you start practicing this, it's going to be easy for your mind to shift. Okay, into the and to shift into this, and it won't take a long time anymore. But when you're first starting, it's gonna take a long time. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you, okay? And by long time, I'm not talking about like days, but it may take you like 30 minutes or 40 minutes to come up with 5 or 10 really strong hooks that are gonna get people to stop the scroll. That's gonna help you increase your views and start the process of buy-in. So, what's the intention? And don't go into some deep metaphysical thing. This doesn't need to be a paragraph long. This needs to be like really like straight to the point. My intention is to show people how to tie their shoe. Okay. My intention is to share with people my lash map. My intention today is to put a smile on their face through telling this joke. Okay. My intention, what I'm trying to share today is to break down a complex theory to make it easy for them to understand. My intention is to give you 3 things you can start doing this week to have a cleaner house. Okay. It please understand, if it is complex, it is wrong. There's a thing called message clarity. Okay. If it is too complex, it is wrong. Okay. If somebody has to sit and they really got to think about like what you're saying or what you were trying to communicate to them or what you were supposed to pick up, you did it wrong. Okay. Remember, these are little pieces of content. Okay, these are little pieces of content. If there's 3 or 4 things that you're trying to push, then guess what? That's probably 3 or 4 different pieces of content for you. So a lot of y'all that are like, oh, I struggle with posting 3 times a day. I struggle with posting 4 times a day. You're not really struggling with coming up with the ideas for the content. You're struggling more with trying to put too much into one post, and it becomes very jumbled and very unclear. Make sense? Everybody picking up what I'm putting down? If you're picking up what I'm putting down, let me know. Okay. So that's the next question. What am I sharing? What is the value that I'm putting out here into these social media streets? And you're going to write it down, because now we got to figure out what's an interesting way to say this, which would be your verbal hook and your visual hook. Okay. What's an interesting way that we can communicate whatever this is that we're trying to put out there? You say you struggle with the titles. Well, baby, you got to be out here taking these notes. Somebody, what's the next question? How do we get there? I gave y'all another question last night. I think I gave y'all 4 questions to ask yourself last night to help you get here. Okay, so we know the initial part. We know what we want to communicate. Now I'm gonna give you a hint. It has something to do with the audience. The next question that I told y'all last night is to ask yourself, why would someone want to listen to this? I gave y'all 4, Charlotte. I know for a fact I gave y'all 4. Why would someone want to listen to this? And again, this should be very simple, okay? They want to listen to this because they're about to paint their house. They want to listen to this because they struggle with time management. They want to listen to this because they want to make $10,000 this month. They want to listen to this because they're trying to get a brand deal. They want to listen to this because they want to know where I got my sweater from. Okay, these should not be complex. Okay, this should not. Like, we're getting to it. Okay, why do they want to listen? So, question 1: what's my intent with this post I'm putting out? Am I trying to get a follower? Am I trying to get engagement? Am I trying to get sale? Number 2, what is my intent? What am I trying to communicate with this piece of content? Again, keep it very, very simple and write it down, because you're gonna have to write this down so you can learn how to start putting together these hooks that are gonna make your content go viral or consistently start getting a lot of views. Okay. The next thing, and then on top of the views, you want engagement, right? And we want conversion. Then the next thing, once I'm over there, why is this important to them? KT, thank you for my 2026s. Right? Why does somebody want this? Why they won't listen to me? And again, this should be very simple. They want to learn how to hang. They want to learn how to hang up. They're tired of having a bunch of holes in their wall because they can't hang pictures straight. Okay. They want to know how to get their white clothes super white and not yellowish. Okay. Please understand, this is very, okay, very simple, very, very simple, but people are missing this. And this is literally the difference between how you get 1,000 followers in a month and how you get 10,000 followers in a month. This is the difference between how you are posting and you can't make any sales, or you're posting and every time you post a piece of content, you make a sale. Seriously. Okay. The 4th question is, how do they feel? How do they feel? Or you can say, what do they want to feel? Either one. We got to be able to create some type of emotional connection or point of relatability. Sometimes you will see people that are struggling to connect with the audience, and they literally can be giving the same information, and one creator's content got 200,000 views and the other person's content barely got 200 views. And I'm telling you, it has everything to do with these beginning hooks and how you set them up. Okay, so how do they feel, or how would you like them to feel? So last night, I used myself as an example. A lot of people want to know how to make $10,000 a month, right? And that's why they come to me. Side note, we need a comment break, baby. Y'all tap them comments. Stop playing with me. Comments are free. I know y'all being here taking notes, but I believe in mutually beneficial relationships. If I'm going to be out here giving you the game, the least you can do is make sure that I get on the FYP page, okay? And I can keep building my platform, all right? And while you guys are giving me a comment break, seriously, you can take the notes. You can repeat the questions, okay? You can put those in the comments. You can tell me what you have for lunch, whatever, but the app likes comments, all right? So I need some comments. I need some comments. Drop some comments, all right? And if this information is helpful to you on a serious tip, you probably are really going to enjoy the 3-day content creation workshop that's coming up February 27th through March 1st. This is a virtual workshop, so you can attend wherever you are in the world. You're going to go tap in my you'll see a button at the top. It's a big purple button. Early bird pricing is happening today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Okay. Saturday, the price will go up by an additional $1,000. Why would you pay more when you can pay less? All right. Pop in for the early bird. Also, if you're trying to be a VIP for that workshop, because with the VIPs, I create a lunch plan and a lunch schedule for you. And then I also do an audit on your social media accounts on top of you coming to the workshop and getting the replays. Please do that as soon as possible. It typically takes me about 2 weeks to put together a strategy for a client when it comes time for the lunch. And ideally, I would like for you to have your lunch strategy before we get to the workshop. So that way, when you're creating content, you can create content that's going to help you lunch and make more money and grow expeditiously because you have a specific plan. Okay. And we got buy now, pay later and all that good stuff. Blinkety blink, blink, blink. All right. Everybody got it? Hey, Mika, thank you for the heart me. Okay. Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay. So now when we get into the feels, everybody say feelings. Okay. Put feelings in the chat. So deep in our feelings. Oh, thank you so much, A Joan. Was it A Joan 31? Thank you very much, baby doll. I appreciate that. Okay. Now, what are we in the feelings about? It's not our feelings, it's their feelings. Okay. So, how is my client or how is my potential viewer feeling? You would be amazed at how someone's able to relate very quickly when you bring up a feeling. And these don't have to be deep feelings. It can be someone's feeling overwhelmed. They can feel scattered. They can be confused. They can be embarrassed. They can be excited. They can be proud. They can be scared. Okay. It doesn't matter. Just what's the feeling. Okay. So if I started off a video and my verbal hook, okay, and let's see what I have in my live stream right now. This is going to be my written hook. Okay. And remember, I told you your verbal hook and your written hook correlate. They're not the same. Okay. They correlate, but they're not the same. I don't need you reading to me what's written on the screen. We need to engage as many senses for a client and for an audience member as possible. Okay. The more pieces, more senses, the more components of the brain that are firing off, the higher the propensity is that someone's going to pay attention to your content. They're going to view it. They're going to stay to the end, and they're even going to take an action. Okay. So my screen right now says how I went from $125 to over $3 million per year. Okay. I need to change the font on that so it's easier to read. Side note, just say I'm over. Okay, that's what my font says right now. On YouTube and Instagram, it says 100K plus a month, 2026 social media strategy. So that is an example. That's my written, let's pretend that's my written hook. Okay. So when I open up my screen, I need to find, okay, my verbal hook. I got to be able to relate to you in some capacity. I got to be able to tap into your desire or your goal, okay, as to the reason why you would want to even pay attention to this piece of content that's coming across your screen. So verbally, okay, I know people probably feel frustrated. I know some people feel overwhelmed. I know some people feel a little lost. They're like, I don't really know where to start or what to do. I know some people feel a little discouraged because they've been putting a lot of effort into their content and it's not getting to where they would like it to be. It's not reaching maybe the proper people. I know some people, they're like, I don't even know like what content I should put out there. So I am aware that these are the feelings that people are having that would be interested in my content. Does that portion make sense? This has to make sense to y'all. Y'all have to be able to understand this portion. If you cannot understand what I am saying right now, you're going to continue to fail at your hooks and you're going to keep not having views. You're going to keep not being able to grow your accounts and you're going to keep, okay, you're going to keep not making sales. Okay. So if you're seeing my piece of content and you see what's written on my screen, this is not what's about to come out of my mouth. Instead, I may say, I know I'm not the only person that's frustrated because I spend hours and hours and hours creating content only for it to flop. I could for months I couldn't get past 200 views. For months I couldn't get past 200 followers until I changed this one thing. This is the simplest trick that I have learned from the top 1% of creators on this platform. I started doing this and immediately I started getting more views and I started getting more followers. You see that? Boom, baby. I'd have hooked you and I'd have went into the relatability. I'd have hit the first two parts of the script structure already. You see what I'm saying? Boom, just like that. Somebody throw something at me in the chat. You can do, I'm gonna prove to you, you can do this with anything. I'm gonna give y'all another example. Somebody throw me something in the chat. You when I say you can do it anything, do it anything. Anything. Because we're trying to speak to a specific niche, but we're trying to make it broad. You can't say yoga. What about yoga? You just say yoga. That's not what's the goal? what's the goal? Let's see. When I lost my baby, I needed community. Oh, big sis, did you lose your baby? I'm so sorry. Condolences. So let's say that's what's written on her screen. When I lost my baby, I needed community. So the first thing, we're going to go through the process of the questions. What's my intention of this post? Am I trying to get followers? Am I trying to get a sale? Am I trying to get someone to engage with me? Okay, for the sake of time, we're going to say, I'm so sorry. Condolences, big sis. I know there's a terrible experience. So let's say she wants to build community, so she's gonna get followers. Okay. Second thing, what's the second question that I told y'all? We just went through the questions. Somebody tell me what's the second question? Because we gotta go through the process. What's the second question? What's the second question we're supposed to ask? What's the intention? That's right, Kimberly. What is the intention? So for this example, let's say our intention is to reach out to other women who have lost a child. Okay, that's our intention. We want to reach out to other women who have lost a child, and we want those women to know that they're not alone. Okay, we want to be able to help them get through this. All right, so that's our intention. I'm looking for women who have lost a child, that maybe they feel a little alone, okay? And I want to offer support to them. That is the intention, all right? What's the third question? What's the third question? What's the third question? I gave y'all folks. Somebody tell me what that third question is. What the third question is. Why is this important? You're on the right track. It's not why is this important, it's why would they want to listen to me? Why would they want to listen to me? Because this is going to help you with your targeting as far as the target audience. They want to listen to me because either they have lost a child or probably someone close to them in their life has experienced losing a child. Those are probably the two reasons why someone would want to hear that information. Because honestly, if you haven't experienced losing a child, or there's not anyone close to you that's suffering or hurting from losing a child, then the it's not going to be relative to you, the information. And that's okay, all right? Because that's not where you are in your life. But for all the other people that have been through that, those are the people that are going to pay attention to this piece of content. Now, do y'all see why it's important to go through the questions? Because we got to be able to frame our content so it works for the correct audience of people. So now we know that someone's going to be listening to this because either they have experienced losing a child or someone close to them has experienced losing a child. Now, what are the feelings what are the feelings that they may be having? Someone tell the feelings. That's the fourth question. Now that's when we get to the feelings. You always have to define who you're speaking to or why someone would want to listen to this before we can even get into what we're trying to do. Okay? That's right. What's the potential viewer's feelings? Okay? So I would imagine I may feel sad. Maybe I feel lonely. Maybe you feel angry. I don't know. I've never lost a child. I may feel a little bit hopeless if I'm the partner or if I'm like your sister or your friend or something, because I know that you're feeling really, really down and there's not anything I can really do, for you, right? So I may feel that way. Yvette said fearful of trying again. Yeah, that's very real. I think that's real. Um, Traymar says sadness. Yeah, yeah. You said your friend was feeling revengeful. Okay, Erica, that makes sense, right? So now we know what the feelings are. So now we know who we're talking. Guilt. Okay, that's another good one. So now we know what the feelings are. We know who is feeling these. We know what the information is that we want to share with the people. So now let's start the process of writing a hook that's going to talk to that right target group of people. Y'all can already see by going through these 4 questions how it's going to shift how you're starting out your content and what you're writing on your screen. And I'm telling y'all, putting in this work, like you may be like, at first, and it may be scary to you, but this is literally how we grow accounts really quickly. This is how we grow communities really, really quickly. This is how we get groups of buying bases really, really quickly. Okay. Yes, do what Queen Nisha Levin says. Give me the 10,000 taps, 10,000 likes, 10,000 likes. Do what Queen Nisha saying. Give me the 10,000 likes. Okay. So now let's try and think about a hook. Okay. How are we going to connect with them? We know the intention is to give you some tips on how to get through losing a child. Okay, we know that those are the tips, and now we got to come up with a really strong hook, and the easiest way is to do that through the emotional connection. Now, for those of you that stayed to the end last night, I gave you guys some kind of cheat codes to help. We talked about asking a question, we talked about doing gross generalizations, right? And we talked about like a either or scenario to be able to get people engaged. Now I know when it's a question, the first thing that's going to pop in out of somebody's mouth, they're going to say, have you or anyone you know lost a child? Baby, that's not an interesting way to ask that. If that's on the right track, yes, but that's not an interesting way to ask that question. That's not interesting enough to get people to stop. Maybe if someone lost a child, they may just keep on scrolling too, right? But if I have it on my screen, what I'm paraphrasing, I can't exactly remember what she said, but it was what was it? Uh, you need community to get through losing a child. It was something like that, is what you wrote in the chat. If you can remember what you wrote, feel free to put it back up, because remember, the verbal hook and the written hook cannot say the same things. Okay, they cannot say the same things. Okay, they can't say the same things. So I'm paraphrasing. If you put it back up, I will pin it. I can't quite remember, but it was something around like community helped me get through losing my child. It had something to do with community and the loss of a child, right? So let's say that that's what's there. That's what's written on the screen. So when I'm speaking, I'm probably not going to say anything about community. I'm probably not going to actually say anything about losing a child. Now, I may do that in the message, but I'm not going to do it in my hook because it's already there. Okay, she needed community when she lost her baby. Thank you. Thank you, Jade. Hold on, let me pin you, girl, before I forget. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is our written hook. I needed community when I lost my child. Okay, I needed community when I lost my baby. Boom, there we go. So now we know the feelings. So I may start in with the feelings and say, um, The feelings of loneliness, overwhelm, anger, and even hopelessness can overwhelm family and friends when you suffer a tragedy. They correlate, they connect, okay? But they correlate, they connect, but I did not say what's written on the screen. So my verbal hook and my written hook are two separate things. And now I'm connecting with you through emotion. And I did a generalization. If I was going to put that in the form of a question, my question may say something like, I may say, do you feel angry or do you feel hopeless? Do you feel angry or do you feel hopelessness? Or maybe you feel both right now. I ask that instead of saying like, "Hey, did you or anyone you know lose a child?" You see what I'm saying? There's a big difference, and being able to get somebody to connect the dots and lock in and pay attention to your piece of content. Okay. So now that we've gotten through, you got a verbal hook, you got a written hook, the visual hook. The visual hook is the easiest one. None of my clients ever struggle with, well, I'm not going to, that's a lie. I was about to say none of my clients struggle with a visual hook. The visual hook is what people catch on to the fastest. Sometimes people do struggle with visual hooks because y'all have poor angles, poor lighting, your screen isn't clear, you're staying too stable like on one thing, at a time, maybe poor lighting, stuff like that. But the visual hook out of is the easiest one, is the easiest one to grab. So you don't really have to think as much about it. Okay. Some general rules for your visual hook. Okay. Every 2 to 4 seconds, there needs to be some type of movement or change, whether it's a scene change, frame change, or something kind of like dramatic, happening here and there or whatever across the board. Next rule, you want contrast. High contrast is an easy way to get people to pay attention. Okay. If you're doing something where it can like highlight or showcase the area, okay, you're going to be focused on, and people can actually see you doing it or see it, you using it, or it's an action or something like that, that's gonna work for you really, really well too. Okay. Visual hooks are always the easiest. Good lighting, good color, saturation, those sorts of types of things. It puts you in a really, really good position. All right. So now, once we get through the hook, now we move to the next portion of the script, which is your intention, aka the reason to stay, or this is where we can give some instruction, right? So I'm talking about hooks right now. So I may start off and say, I may start off and say, did you know you're 89% more likely to double your followers in a week if your retention is at least 5 seconds or something like that. Maybe I don't know if that's a real statistic. I'm just making this up. Okay. I have no idea. I have to go look it up. Okay. I don't know. I'm just making it up. Okay. But did you know that the fastest way to double your followers in the next 24 hours is by increasing your retention rate? And the easiest way to increase your retention rate is through hooks. As a matter of fact, there are 3 hooks that you should be using every single time you post. Okay. And if you stay to the end, I'll let you know which is going to be the most important of the 3 hooks. I just gave you a call to action like in the beginning, but it was very natural, right? I just basically asked you to stay to the end. I asked you to stay to the end. Okay. And then if I wanted to go into my message and like validate or qualify myself as to why I should be giving you this information, I can do that through the visuals, or I can do that through the written. You say, and it didn't feel salesy. Exactly. You don't want it to feel salesy. Okay. So literally we're going to go from piece to piece. You're going to give that instruction, and you're also going to give a reason for someone to stay. So if you can promise this is what I call like the promise inside of a hook. If you can promise someone something that they're going to get because they're sticking around and they're watching your piece of content, they're going to stick around. Because if you're trying to double your followers, if you're trying to increase your sales, whatever the goal is, and I tell you that this is what you need to do, and I'm going to tell you what's the most important out of these things, well, yeah, you're going to be inclined to watch the entire video, correct? So when we're doing an instruction kind of in the beginning, because we need you to stick around, okay? And you want it to be very smooth, you want it to be a very easy transition, okay? Does that make sense? If that makes sense, y'all give me the money bags in the chat, or you can give me the dollar signs if you can't get to the money bag emoji. Give me either one. Money bags. Child, I feel like it's a whole different conversation. Instagram is like 15, 16 seconds behind us. They'll throw something in the comments and I'm already on to something else. I'm like, what are they talking about? Thank you for the money bags. I appreciate that very much. I appreciate that very, very much. I appreciate. I wish they would get this fixed so we didn't always have to pin and unpin it. Okay. All right. So next thing, now we got an instruction. Now we got a reason to stay to the end. You got your layered hooks going on. Baby, you're in there. Okay. Now we got to get to the message. Okay. Now we got to get to the message. The message. This is the meat and the potatoes of why someone is, paying attention to the content. This is what you want them to take away. You want them to pick up what you're putting down. So as my message, I'm going to share with you, how to get past these emotions, or how to build or find your community because you lost your baby, right? I'm going to give you 5 things that you can do to start making more money or to double your views. I'm going to show you how I grew my page by 1,000 followers in less than 7 days. Okay. How I grew my new account by 1,000 followers in less than 7 days. Whatever I'm talking to you about, where I got this sweatshirt, how I do my nails, whatever is going on. Okay. I'm fixing to give you the message. And there is a way to lay out the message. And we want to try and keep the message succinct. And if the message is getting long, we're going to have to continue to add in additional hooks. Okay, we got to add in additional hooks. Period, point blank, the end. Okay, that's how that works. Then when we get to the message, now we got to get to a close. But what else did I tell y'all helps you get more followers and will get? What else did I tell y'all will trick Instagram and TikTok and YouTube to sending you more followers? This is a few days ago. This is last week. Do y'all remember what I told you will trick the app into sending you more followers? Because they're going to send you views and you're going to get followers by default. It's a close, but there's something we need to be doing with the close. SEO. SEO is definitely helpful. SEO is more about like your targeting as far as getting in front of the right person. It's not the call to action. Comments. Remember I told y'all I'm in the partnership program for YouTube. I'm in the partnership program for TikTok. I'm in the partnership program for Instagram and Facebook. Facebook is offering me right now $10,000 to start a new Facebook page. Okay. And I'm going to do that too by the end of this week. Figure out what the content was going to be. Okay. But it is comments. The more comments you get, like I'm going to show y'all right now. Everybody tell me your favorite color in the chat. And I want y'all to pay attention to my little chat man up there. Okay. Everybody tell me your favorite color in the chat. Okay. Also, while y'all are telling me your favorite color in the chat, get me up to 15,000 likes. Pink, purple, pink, green, purple. A lot of people love purple, huh? Okay. Shout out to all you purple lovers. Shout out to all you purple people eaters. Purples. Shout out to all the purples. My mama's favorite color was purple. Teal. Ooh, I do love some teal. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I love some teal. Red. My other phone that I had, it used to be teal. My phone case, I do like teal. Okay. 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 Shout out to the colors. You said teal is life. I do. I love some teal. I like turquoise too. I like turquoise. It's faceless work on these. What? It's faceless work on these. What does that mean? Green, yes. You said your living room and kitchen set of teal. Come through. Okay. Black, silver, yes. Okay. What do you notice? The more comments you get in a stream, the more people start pulling in, the more people start getting notifications. Okay. Will this work with faceless content? Yeah, it doesn't matter if your content is camera facing or faceless. You still got to have a hook. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You still got to have a hook. You see that? And guess what? If you put out a piece of content and that content gets a lot of comments in it, the app is going to keep sending people your way. Okay, it's going to blow it up. Trauma unit, thank you for the 2026s. Thank you, my love. It's going to blow it up. So when you're closing, you can ask for comments. And a lot of y'all think asking for comments literally means telling people like, oh, comment below. No, that's not how we ask for a comment. Okay. So if y'all want to write down some of these, I'm going to go through them quickly, expeditiously. And no, I will not be repeating them. But if you're inside of my Instacoin Academy, or if you signed up, you're registered for this content creation workshop, you guys will get these, plus you'll get way more. Okay. But literally, you can tell people what, share your favorite piece of advice pertaining to whatever you just talked about. I could be wrong. And if I am, please correct me in the comments. And then you go on with your thing. Okay. You can give people this or that. Would you rather have coffee or tea? Would you rather have ginger or turmeric? Do you like purple or blue more? Okay. Whatever. You can just give them an option and ask them to tell you in the comments. Okay. Help me decide on, and you give people options with the content, and they're helping you decide which one to choose, which way to go, which one to do, which one to wear. Okay. Comment yes if fill in the blank. Comment no if fill in the blank. Okay. Right. You can tell people which one of these three hooks are you going to try today? Or I may say, which one of these three hooks do you think would be easiest for you to implement? You see what I'm saying? I'm asking for a comment. So when you're asking for a comment, it's not you literally saying like, hey, please give me a comment. Okay. Please write something below. No, we're creating a reason for your community to converse with you. Does that make sense? Okay. Does that make sense? You want your audience to respond to you. You want them to engage with you. And the more of those people that are actually participating, they're actually commenting, they're actually sharing through somebody else's DM, or they're saving or something, the more and more push you're going to see that's going to come to your page. And your content is going to be seen by way more people. You're going to see your views go through the roof. Hey girl, what's going on? Make sense? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down right now? This is a very real thing, and you have to be able to understand this. So don't just be like, oh, it's the end of my content, let me close it out. No, we're going to curate conversation through asking proper questions in the post. Okay, you may even say, oh, if you want me to review your page, drop your username below or something. Or if you want me to do a quick audit on your page and let you know some things you can update, I'll try and do as many as I can today. Go ahead and let me know in the comments. I'm creating a reason for you to talk to me. Okay, it's not enough. Oh, mwah. Mr. Dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much, my love. But does that make sense? And a lot of y'all are not doing that. You're just like kind of putting up the content and rolling off. So when we close, we want to create a reason why someone would want to comment, okay, for us or with us. All right. I think, oh no, don't do that. Okay. I think tomorrow I want to go through um viral hook patterns and like how to find them and then how to break it down and how to start integrating it into your content. And then I want to give you guys some viral hook formulas that are actually going to work. If the information that I'm giving you right now, though, as far as like your hooks and as far as the skip structure is helping you, let me know by you can say yes or you can drop a money bag in the comments, okay? Whichever one makes you feel good down in your shot now. Because the layered hooks is what gets people, especially when they get to the visual and the verbal. I'm sorry, the written and the verbal, baby. It be giving y'all the blues, okay? It gives y'all the blues, 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 blues. And I'll be like, ooh, baby, we got to get it together, okay? For all of you guys, give me the yes and the money bags. Please consider coming to the virtual content creation workshop. It is a 3-day workshop. We will be spending a minimum of 4 hours a day with one another on Friday, February 27th, Saturday, February 28th, and Sunday, March 1st. Okay. The workshop is virtual, so you can come anywhere in the world, but we will be working. It's limited to only 25 seats. And if you are trying to join the workshop, go ahead and sign up and take advantage of early bird pricing. Okay. Do that. Do that. Get your early bird pricing. I mean, if you want to pay me full price, that's fine too. You can do that. But early bird pricing is gonna get you where you need to go. Okay. And if you got questions about the workshop, then you know, send them in the DM. Okay. Just tell me, say, hey, I want to come to the content creation workshop. All right. If you want a consultation, a lot of y'all have been asking me about a lot of y'all have been sliding in my DM and asking me one like actual business one-to-one that will require me to work, do research, go investigate your account, your audience, look into your funnels, your products, audit those sorts of types of things. I'm happy to do all of that, but you actually need to book. You can book a social media audit. You can book a next step session, a power session, whatever makes you feel good down in your no. Okay, so let's do a little Q&A before I get out of here today. If you got a question, then go ahead and drop it on me, and I will do my best to answer. Also, please keep in mind when I do Q&A, I don't have to answer your questions. All right, if you want to guarantee I answer your question, you book a session. That's how that works. Okay, period. If y'all have already asked me some questions on Instagram, whenever I view inside of StreamYard, I don't have the luxury of scrolling back up through the comments. So just copy your comment and drop it again, and then I will be able to check it out. And if you want to talk to me and ask me your question instead of typing it, request up. Um, What's the new IG page you mentioned last night? You're growing followers for? Oh, it's a new TikTok page that I'm growing from zeros. It's Money Mama 745. Or if you type in $H-Lee, it'll pull up too. That's my new page. I haven't made my post yet today, but I'm gonna start like posting content this afternoon. So I'm going in. I've only seen success with low ticket. Do I need a new page to go high ticket? No, you don't have to have a new page to go high ticket. Chances are it's the branding, the positioning, and whatever you have happening with your target audience. And I don't know anything about your process of how you get a client in and warm them up in the pipeline. And I'm not really sure what your high ticket is, but if you wanted like specific shifts and strategies to be able to convert your high ticket clients, you would need to book a power session for that because it's a lot of information. I'm going to want like your website, your tree. I'm going to want to see the offer. I'm going to want to see what's happening with your funnel. I'm going to want you to give me a general outline of the target audience. I'm probably going to want some of your conversion metrics. And then I may have like some specific questions about like what's on your form, the strategy call, what type of off app events you're having monthly. It's a lot of different things that go into that. But book a power session, and I'd be happy to help you dissect that and get you in a place so you can start doing high ticket sales. Um, let's see. Just to confirm, it's best practice to always use all three hooks. Yep. If you can layer the hooks, you want to stack all three. Absolutely. Let's see, I've been around long enough for you because you're a blessing. But are you Etsy savvy? I am Etsy savvy. I am. I look at Etsy more as like just a marketplace in general, another way for people to be able to find you. But you still have to get traffic to your store. It doesn't matter if you have an Etsy, a Shopify, private like website that you've put together. It doesn't matter if you're on a WooCommerce, a Wix. Like, but I need y'all to understand this, and I'm not really sure why people struggle with understanding this concept. But no, you always have to have traffic. 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 And a lot of y'all struggle with generating traffic. So when you understand that your content is another form of traffic to get people to a site, a page, a group, wherever you're trying to move people to, then you know you may have a little bit more of a fire under your bum, and you may be excited to post a little bit more. Now, the cool thing about Etsy is the fact that it's a marketplace where people go to look for like specialized crafts and products and stuff like that. So they just may be searching for what you do, and you may come up, right? But you still have to be able to generate traffic outside of people that are searching for that particular thing. So like, let's say you make wooden door paddles or something with Easter eggs on them. I don't know. Now, if you have cultivated an audience and you have traffic that will want that, you're going to sell a lot of them, no problem, right? But if someone's not looking for that specifically, you may only get a sale on occasion. Okay. So keep that in mind. We always need an audience because audience are going to get us traffic. Social media is an easy way to create to create an audience, to build a buying base, and to be able to move them to wherever you want them to purchase from. Yeah, a lot of people be, a lot of y'all be struggling with that. How do I feel about the new rules of TikTok? If I'm being honest, a lot of the rules of TikTok haven't really changed. The biggest one that they put out is about them basically having indefinite rights to your content. But honestly, that's the case on a lot of social media platforms. People just haven't read the terms and the rules. Also, y'all know I encourage you guys to make money through affiliate marketing, selling your own products and services, and to make money through building out communities and not solely be dependent on the platforms and the apps. And that's one of the things that I tell people. Now, will I say that I think that TikTok may be following in the footsteps of Vine? Unfortunately, they may be, but I'm gonna get all my coins. Okay, I'm gonna get all my dollars. I'm getting every penny up out of the platform before it goes wherever it's going. And they may be able to course correct. They did bring in a new CEO. I just can't figure out right now if their intent is actually to control the media source of TikTok, or if they have the goal of like ruining TikTok. Because y'all know sometimes other companies will purchase companies to drive them out of business. Like y'all remember Tivana? Does anybody remember Tivana? It was like a in-person, right, experience, and you went in and you got your little custom teas and your sampler kits and your tea accessories and all of that. And Tivana was huge, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is great! Starbucks is buying Tivana, and they're gonna merge together." Starbucks bought Tivana intentionally to drive them out of business. That's why I started. Starbucks didn't buy Tivana to help elevate them. They bought them, right. They bought them to phase out the competition. They want everybody drinking Tazo tea. So and Tivana was doing really, really well. They bought them to intentionally put them out of business. So I can't figure out what's happening with TikTok right now. I'm like, okay, it's leaning towards they bought it to try and have control over a media source more than drive it out of business. Especially the way that they have it structured with the board and the different percentages that the owners have. So it's seeming more like they want to keep the app up. I just don't know if they have the proper counsel in their ear, but it does help that Show is still, on the board, right? As far as like how the app should be working or running. So yeah. You said it seems like a waste of money. It's not a waste of money if you feel like they're taking a huge amount of your market share and they're going to continue to take your market share. Why y'all think Amazon was so mad about TikTok Shop? Come on now. TikTok Shop put a dent in Amazon. To the point that like UPS was saying all of the people that they're laying off is because their number one customer isn't utilizing them as much anymore because they don't have as many orders. Come on now, pick up what I'm putting down, okay? And so yes, companies will do that. You have to remember how many hundreds of millions of dollars Zuckerberg spent lobbying against TikTok because TikTok was growing so fast, and he knew TikTok was going to replace them. He knew TikTok was going to become the number one app, the number one social media platform. And remember, he also tried to buy Snapchat, and remember, he offered them $3 billion, and Snapchat said, "You got to pry up out of my cold dead hands before I give it to you." They said, "We will not give you Snapchat and let you ruin it." That's how we ended up with the filters inside of Instagram stories. Yeah, there was a direct hit at Snapchat because people love Snapchat so much, and they were over there all the time, and people were crazy about all of the Snapchat filters. And they could not acquire Snapchat. Snapchat refused to sell. So then they got their engineers and their people involved in making the actual filters for the stories on Instagram. That's how we got Instagram stories, y'all. That's how we got Instagram stories, and that's how we got the filters. It wasn't because they just woke up one day and was like, "Oh, this is going to be a great." No, they did it as a direct hit at Snapchat. Periscope went out of business. Periscope allowed everybody to live stream. It didn't matter how many followers you had. It didn't matter if you were a public figure. It didn't matter if you were an athlete. It didn't matter if you were a celebrity. Everybody could live stream. And Periscope started taking a huge market share. Facebook noticed all of the celebrities and high profile people that were over there live streaming, having a good old fun. There was a point in time you see everybody on Periscope. Facebook said, "Oh, we're going to give access for everybody to live stream." And y'all don't remember they started dropping all those Super Bowl commercials. It was like, go live with Facebook, go live on Facebook. It was a whole thing for like a whole 18 months. And then eventually they gave live stream capability on Instagram. Exactly. He bullies people out of their apps. If they will not sell to him, he will find a way to like hire engineers to recreate your technology and put a bunch of money behind the marketing campaign. And all of the stuff that he was trying with TikTok, it didn't work. So that's why he ended up going the lobbying route. That's how we got here with all of this. Oh, snap. Get out of there. Y'all got to keep up, Buttercup. You got to pay attention to what's going on. Yes, that's exactly why. That's exactly why. You said you was never on Periscope, but you heard it was the place to be. Yeah, TikTok is basically everything that Periscope could have morphed into. When Twitter bought Periscope, they didn't know what to do with it, and they just kind of bought it and just let it sit there. Like how they have panels and stuff like that on TikTok. They had that back in the day on Periscope. And there was like all kinds of third-party platforms that all of us could use to be able to do different things that we wanted to. And we also had like how you have an FYP. It just showed your live streams. And if you didn't want people to be able to view them, you could gray them out so people would know that they like missed the stream. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So, but just understand like a lot of what pushes Meta forward is normally their obsession with the next upcoming app. So I know you think it's like a waste of money for a company to purchase a company to suppress it, but they're looking at the market share and how much money they're losing by the customers going there. Am I on Spill? No, I'm not on Spill, but I did make an Upscrolled account, and Upscrolled is pretty much is very similar to TikTok, just without the filter. So I'm gonna work on getting my verification over there, and I probably will start posting the news on my Upscrolled. I may use the Upscrolled only for news. That may be all that I do on there is like news and politics. I'm not really sure what exactly I want to do with it right now, but it's an Australian company, and right now it's number one in the App Store. A lot of people are going over to it. Let's see. That's where I found you on Periscope. Follow me to other platforms. Thank you, Miss E or Mrs. E. Thank you, thank you. Spill is. I mean, Upscrolled is number one in the App Store right now. Sure is. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Y'all got any other questions about what we went through today pertaining to your scripts? And does anybody have any questions about the 3-day workshop or a one-to-one session before I skedaddle? Anybody got any questions? And I better see y'all posting. And y'all remember on my new TikTok account, when y'all see me post in a little bit, please like respond under with like your handle name or a picture, because I want to make sure I follow y'all back that are following me over there. What is the start time on that Friday? I think it's 5 o'clock, 5 or 6 o'clock. Hold on, let me go and look and see. It's in the evening because I know a lot of people have to work on Fridays. Yeah, 5 o'clock, 5 to 9 is that Friday. Charlotte, 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock is that Friday. And then Saturday is 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then Sunday is 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now, I will say this. If I feel like y'all need more time, I'm going to stay with you, okay? So keep that in mind. So if we're working and like, let's say it gets to 8:45 and we haven't had Q&A yet, we're still going to have Q&A. I'm not going to say, well, oh, we're not having Q&A because it took y'all too long to get this together. No, we're still going to have Q&A. And I just need y'all to have a heads up on that. That's one of the reasons we limited to 25 people, because I can give people the attention that they need. Or if I see someone struggling with something, I can help them out. So just keep that in mind. Okay. So one day we may have like a 5-hour class or a 5.5-hour class. It depends on like how quick y'all are picking up the skills. I just logged on. What's your new account? Money Mama 745. For those of you that don't know, I'm making a brand new account on TikTok, and we're gonna see how fast I can get this account to 10,000 followers. Yeah, it's Money Mama 745. I have not made a post yet. I'm gonna make my first post today. Not one post, multiple, because I'm finna be high fire over there. I'm finna be like 6 to 10 posts a day. Y'all finna be like, girl, what is going on? Because I'm finna show y'all how you can grow a page real fast. Okay, real fast. Because y'all don't believe me, and I tell y'all, I'll be like, I start from zero all the time on accounts and I grow them up. It's 6 p.m. your time, so it works well. Okay, good. Right, I'm gonna give you my undivided attention. Yes, and as it was a couple other people last night that had asked, should they make a brand new page, and I was like, I think it'll be dope. I think it'll be like a good challenge. Interesting to see how we fare out. So yeah. The good thing about TikTok, even though they're glitching and they're recalibrating right now, the more content you put into the algorithm, this is like really an opportunity for you to fix or to course correct all the things that you messed up when you popped on the app. So you can make sure your content gets in front of the right people. You can make sure you're able to start growing, faster. You can make sure you're properly using your SEO. You can make sure you're properly engaging with the right audience and the right people, all of that good stuff. My resale page is basically new because I never posted over there. I'm excited. Yeah, baby, let's get to posting. Okay, post. But if my resale beats my main page to 10K, I'll be salty. Why would you be salty? I mean, think about it. If I'm being honest, technically your new page should grow faster because you know more now than you did before. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things that you know now that you had no idea when you first got started. So, technically, the process with a newer account or a newer page should be easier and it should grow faster. That's why you have a lot of TikTok shop affiliates. You'll be like, these people have like 5 pages. Yes, they have 5 pages because literally it's easy for them to start growing pages. Like, once you know the formula. Once you know the formula, it's easy for you to start growing the page. So don't be salty. You should be proud of yourself. If you can get that page up to 10,000 followers in, 30 days, or you can get it up to 10,000 followers in 2 or 3 weeks, you should be proud of yourself. Don't be like, oh, I'm salty because, this new page grew faster than my main page. Well, no. Technically, it should because you have a lot of information and a lot of knowledge now that you didn't have before, right? You miss me. Hey, Lisa, what's going on? Girl, I'm here. But does that make sense? Does that make sense to everybody? Like, for instance, if you're put, where have I been? Girl, I've been around. I've been around. So, Lisa, my mom actually got very, very ill and she passed away in November. So, I had basically taken myself off the app because, of course, I was with my mama. She was in her last days. And then I took a little time before I decided to like pop back on. So yeah. Money Mama 745, or if you put in Ashley A $H hyphen LEE, it'll pull up too. Thank you. Yeah, my mom passed. She passed November 22nd. Yep. So I'm just getting back in the swing of stuff, y'all. But yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you everybody for the condolences. So yeah. Yeah. Mama Jones stepped out of lights back there, y'all. So yeah, it was rough. Right before, and we had our funeral. Thanksgiving was that Thursday, and we had our funeral that Saturday. How's my dad doing? The best he can. Him and my mama loved each other down real bad. That's one of the reasons it's even before it's very challenging to me with listening to a bunch of these toxic people when it comes to relationships and family and stuff, because a lot of them are speaking on things that they've never experienced and that they've never seen. And I hate the fact that they are corrupting so many people's minds to where women and men think that there are no more good women and good men out there. There are people that still love each other, y'all. There are people, they don't fight, they don't abuse each other, they don't cheat on one another. There are people that like each other. There's still people that have families and raise them together. It's more common than y'all think. There are men, I hear women get on these platforms and they'll say terrible things like, oh, men are incapable of love and no man will ever stay with you. And as soon as you get sick, he's going to leave you. That ain't true. It's not true. My daddy stayed with my mama to the end. And all of us wanted her to recover. So, literally, one of the things too, like some of the like panels or spaces I be in, I'm not going there because I don't want to contribute to a lot of these like toxic ideologies and mindsets. And also, it's very disturbing to me how a lot of them are really, they're one way in public and another way behind closed doors. And a lot of y'all have been with me for a long time. Y'all know I am who I am. I don't switch up. No man is going to be able to come forward with, some smoking gun on me about, me doing something inappropriate or saying something inappropriate. Nobody's ever going to be able to come out and say that they like had me in some type of way, because it's not that. No, y'all know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know I just am what I am. And then also finding out that some of these people have been platforming really despicable people. I'm talking about people that have like they're registered SA offenders. And to see that some of these people are out here platforming them is really disheartening, very disturbing, very disgusting. Okay. And people can do whatever they want to do. I don't want to be a part of it. Okay. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to remove myself. It does not align with me. Don't on the front end say you care about the community and you love men and women and you want to help. You want to help us heal, and you want us to have healthy families and people be prosperous and have financial stability and security and stuff like that. And then you're out here platforming a predator. That's crazy. Crazy work. Like, no, absolutely not. So anyway, so yeah, that's that. Let's see. Thank you, Natalia. Thank you. Yeah, girl, it's been rough, but I mean, I'm not the first person or the last person. And shoot, that's the way all of us got to get off of this rock called Earth, right? You got to die out of it. It's only what, two people in the Bible that God called up and then had to die out of it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely not, like prophet level. So anyway, so yeah, hey y'all, what's going on? So anyway, y'all do not forget content creation workshop February 27th, 28th, and March 1st. Okay. Come to the workshop. Early bird pricing is happening today and tomorrow. So get on in. All right. Also I have an 8-week sales camp. And we start that on Tuesday. I have one spot left. So if you know you need help with your sales, you need help selling through the DMs, selling through your content, selling on the phone, crafting your sales call, putting together your messaging, being able to listen and interpret what a client is telling you, meeting objections, putting together events so that you have monthly sales. So every month, you're hitting the same numbers, stuff like that. Then come to the sales camp. And if you got questions about the sales camp, slide in my DM, say, hey, I got questions about the sales camp, and I'll get you the information. And you need to do that expeditiously because we start Tuesday. And I got to be able to do your profile, and I need to know what's happening with your offer. And if you're a person and you need help with an offer and you want to come to sales camp, I need to be able to go over all your stuff this weekend so I can come up with offers for you. Okay. How did you with the storm? Ask me that a different way. Yeah. I'm kind of confused. Where's the link for the workshop? Oh, when you look at my bio, you'll see a purple button and it says 3-day virtual up there and you can click it. How much is the sales camp? If you have purchased something from me before, I think it's only like $2,400 for y'all. If you don't have any client history with me, it's $5K. Sales camp on my page. Yeah. It's the second button in the bio. Second button in my bio. It'll take you over and you see the details, but we'll start working together Tuesday. But I need to be able to platform you. To profile you. And literally, if you know you need help with like what to offer, like upsells, downsells, cross sales, high ticket, all that kind of stuff, you need to please, you have to let me know that because I gotta, because we start Tuesday, I gotta get your stuff done like expeditiously and back to you so we have a clear direction that we're moving in with you when it comes to sales setup for you. Did we survive the storm? I think so. I mean, we still have like a lot of ice and snow. Like seriously, if I look out my window right now, it looks like a postcard. And I think they said we're supposed to be getting some more this weekend. Not really excited about it, but it is what it is. How did you fare in the storm? But yeah, if y'all got questions about the sales camp or y'all got question about the content camp, either one, um, shoot, let me know. Slide in the DMs, ask away. I'll be in and out all day today because I haven't put up any content on my main page today either. So I got a lot of content to put up. I got like 18 pieces to put up. I got the new page, this page, and I need to post on the gram. The gram I just try to do at this point. I'm just like, if I do 3 or 4 a day, I'm good over there. So yeah. All right, y'all. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are on the planet Earth. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. If it's morning time or daytime where you are, have a productive and a prosperous day. If it's evening time, get yourself a good night's rest. I'm going to go make a post on Money Mama right now. If you want me to follow you back, please make sure you drop it in the comments so I can come and follow y'all back and we can see how fast can we grow these pages to 10,000 followers, okay? Look, my first goal, I'm trying to get to 5,000, baby, because I'm going to be crazy with the TikTok shop. Y'all, the money in the TikTok shop is so easy to make. It's crazy. I said, baby, I got to get to it. I got to get to it. Let me tell you this. I ain't even been working hard with like TikTok shop. It's just easy money. It's just easy money. I'm gonna tell you this. If you're in here and you're a person and you're like, I don't have a product or service, but I want to make money online, I don't necessarily want to be an influencer or wait to get the results. Because y'all know influencers, you're building up those platforms, but it's years sometimes before you're able to tap into the bigger brand deals and stuff like that. Baby, go on, run your account up to 5,000 followers real fast and get in that goddamn TikTok shop and get this money. Okay, you can do bottom of the funnel post all day long and make a bag. Anyway, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Bye. Love you guys.